I'll be honest, I don't even have a damn excuse for why I've taken so long to make anything new. Let's just say I suffer from a really well-known disease called being really fucking lazy. Imagine if that was an actual mental or medical illness that you could take time off work for and stuff. What is going on with my fringe? It's leaving. It's fed up, it's left home. Hey kittens, how are we all doing this month? I'm really sorry. But it seems that life has done that weird thing again, when a whole year of your life just disappears into the fucking ether and you have no idea where it went. It's all like, hey, results day, you got into vet school. I blink and 3 seconds later, bash, congratulations, you finished year 1. Slow down time, you dick! But I'm here today to talk to you about just this thing. University, that is, not time. There's shit all I can do about that. I am here today as your new friend with this handy dandy fucking guide to university. So by some stroke of pure luck, I managed to pass my whole first year of veterinary medicine without having to retake any of my exams. Fuck yeah, baby! But when I say luck, I really do mean luck. So you have to get 50% to pass the whole year. I got 50.5. Yay pass? This, I will be the first to admit, was 99% my own fault. So I'm hoping this guide today is gonna help you guys not actually fall in the same potential shit. So let us begin! Step 1. Don't bother buying a shite load of stationery or taking too much stuff in any description to uni. Honestly, considering I am now officially an experienced university person and I can tell you this, I think the only stationery I used on a regular basis was a pen and a hole punch. I'm not saying to come ill-equipped to university, but believe me, you don't need about half a ton of stationery. Most libraries have printers. You don't need to have one of your own. Most libraries have paper. You can steal theirs. Your university has toilet roll. Steal it. Yes, we did. You can buy pens and all the shit you need when you get there. If you're on campus, you can buy it. And if you live in the city, guess what? You can fucking buy it. And seriously, don't bring the kitchen sink with regards to personal belongings and whatnot. When you're not either studying or partying, you'll be surprised actually how little free time you'll have, especially if you're a full-time student. And quite honestly, the only recreational thing you'll do on habit is flitnecks. You know what I'm talking about, copyright. Halls are literally like living in a glorified and very overpriced shoebox. So you'll appreciate the space more than you'll appreciate the clutter. I swear to God you will. Step 2. Don't spend all of your student loan in Freshers Week. I am not joking here. There was a guy in my year who in his Freshers Week spent 150 English pounds on Grey Goose vodka in a nightclub. Yes, the entire university thought he was a fucking prat too. The same arsehole also bought 150 Jaeger bombs in a different nightclub and drank probably the grand total of none of them. I cannot stress to you how miserable it is having to live on basically nothing if you run out of money before your next term's loan comes in. In my last term, I had to spend £900 on a deposit for my new flat next year, and it nearly wiped me out. I'm not kidding. There were days I survived purely on tea and television. Seriously, learn to budget. It may be boring and your flatmates might think you're a bit stingy at the time, but trust me, you'll be the one laughing when you can still afford to eat when they're surviving on the last dregs of the freezer and begging you for a pack of pot noodles. Step 3. Don't piss off your flatmates. Even if the people you've been landed with in halls are the biggest bunch of insufferable arseholes you've ever met in your entire life, you gotta live with these guys for a year. Even if they make you want to weep into your own pillow, at least be civil to them. No one says you have to be besties with your flatmates, but it's 400 times worse to be enemies with them. It's only for a year and you got this. Looking back, I was pretty lucky with my flatmates. Granted, they weren't the people I would normally hang out with, but they were nice to me and I was nice back, and it just made the whole experience of living in the aforementioned overpriced shoebox that little bit better. Step 4. Remember to eat. This may sound totally ridiculous, but trust me, as a newly fledged sort of independent-ish person, sort of. The whole experience of living on your own can overwhelm you sometimes. It still does to me, and it still will do to me. You have to kind of prioritize your whole existence. I find the chain of health, study, comfort, entertainment is a pretty good hierarchy to follow. I sound like some boring parent saying this, but my God, your health is more important than a night out. If you're short on money and you're running out of food, use the money to buy food. Don't go out, for Christ's sake. You will thank me for this. This is experience talking and my hands are getting excited. One day in my second term, I went the entire day from morning to 10 o'clock at night, not eating a thing, purely because I forgot. No word of a lie, I'm that much of a twit. I was just lying on my bed and my stomach randomly started to growl like a tiger. And I was like, stomach, what's the matter with you? oh. And then it dawned on me that I hadn't eaten, and as a result, I was too fucking lazy to leave my bed and go and get food anyway, so I didn't have anything for 24 hours solid. Probably more, because I didn't have breakfast the next day either. Learn from me, kids! Learn with me! Step 5. Don't turn up to your lectures hungover. This may be obvious, but a lot of people forget this one. Including me. Despite all the hype and the actual sort of urban legend behind it, you are in fact at university to learn, not to get smashed off your face every night. You are paying a disgusting amount of money each year for these PowerPoint presentations they call lectures, not your nights out. I'm not saying don't go out. Christ, it'd be a bit odd if you didn't go out ever. But what I'm saying is, save getting absolutely drunk for a night where you don't have to be up the next day. There is nothing more fun than sitting slumped over at the end of a lecture row, hanging out of your ass while trying not to vomit and cry at the same time, and try to also understand cranial nerves while you're at it. Yeah, that was a bad day. Step 6. Don't sleep with your flatmates! I do not care if you are bunking with Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Hiddleston and Jennifer Lawrence. You do not fuck them! The second-hand embarrassment was bad enough when 2 of my friends did this. Don't do it! Step 7. Don't bother with ironing. This is actually probably the most sincere advice out of my whole video. I did not iron a single garment for the entire of year 1, and I don't think our flat washing board ever actually left the airing cupboard. If you're smart about hanging your clothes up to dry when they come out of the washing machine, they hang and they lie straight. Step 8. Don't get flit necks. I'm serious, just don't get flit necks if you actually want to pass your degree. Step 9. Don't skip out on your studying. Again, Izzy the pushy parent, but please trust me here. If you work steadily all through the year, say an hour or so every day within the week with your weekends off, not only will you find you actually know stuff, when it comes to exam season, you will be so much more comfortable. I managed this in my first term, and I did pretty damn well. I mean, I got a merit, nearly a distinction in my first exam. But then in January, I think I kind of lost my drive and kind of fucked myself over in the process. I also slightly blame YouTube, but shh. Being an entire month behind on your work 3 weeks before your first exam is about as low as you can possibly be if you actually care about passing. There is a reason I passed with 0.5%. And don't think studying with your friends will make you feel any better. You'll sit down for some kind of group discussion and all your friends will be able to vomit up the entire contents of every single textbook you were supposed to read while you're sat there like, cats go meow, dogs go row 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 row. How the fuck did I pass again? And last but not least, step 10. Don't forget to have fun. Yes, uni is primarily for learning, but it's also for meeting new people, people with like minds, similar interests, and doing things and experiencing things that you wouldn't get to do otherwise. I didn't have a choice about moving to London for university. It was the only university in the country that could offer me a veterinary medicine place. It's not that I'm a really shit student, it's just veterinary is really, really hard to get onto. And when I first arrived, I was so scared. I'd never lived anywhere else. I'd never even lived anywhere urban before. I've only ever lived in country areas, and I had to meet 150 people in the space of a couple of days, all in one go. And when you're an introvert, it's so hard. But looking back, I can say with 100% truthfulness that is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I went to Comic-Con for the first time. I've seen some stage shows. I met Tom Scar when I was an extra for his movie Horse. Gonna point out I had no idea what the film was when we were shooting it. We were just told to do the whole dance thing, and when it came out I was scared and horrified, and also I was wetting myself with laughter. I met Jack and Dean when I was an extra for their video Consent. I've met some of my best friends here who I'm going to be living with from this September onwards, and I was even on TV for crying out loud. So in a word, I'm living the dream of veterinary medicine, but with so much more than I could have ever hoped. London even gave me the confidence to start vlogging. Blame London for this. So anyway, thank you guys a heap for watching, as always. If you want to see some more from me, please don't forget to hit that wonderfully glorious shiny red subscribe button, and any likes or shares or comments, things on social media, anything like that are super appreciated. I can't even describe how much they're appreciated. Thanks again for watching, guys. Love you, kittens. Hello, RBC? Yeah, it's Izzy Sage here. My doctor's just diagnosed me with, like, chronic, laziness, and I need about 2 months off. No, it's a real thing, Google it.